If you've ever looked in the mirror after doing your makeup and thought, why do I still look tired, or even older? You're definitely not alone. Many women over 50 feel that way, and honestly, it's not because you're doing anything wrong. It's simply because your face has changed, beautifully, gracefully, and your makeup routine hasn't quite caught up yet. You see, the makeup tricks that once made us glow in our 30s or 40s often stop working as our skin matures. What used to look fresh and radiant can now emphasize dryness, fine lines, or uneven tone. But here's the good news. It's not your age, it's just your technique. And today I'm going to help you fix that. In this Golden Grace episode, we'll uncover the 10 most common makeup mistakes that can secretly add years to your appearance. And of course, how to fix each one with simple, realistic steps that any woman can do at home. These are not rules. They're gentle adjustments that bring your natural beauty forward so you can look like the most vibrant version of yourself every single day. Let's start with the first one. And this one alone can completely change how your foundation looks. Mistake 1. Skipping real skin prep. Here's the truth that most makeup artists won't tell you. Your makeup only looks as good as the skin underneath it. And yet, so many women rush through the most important part, skin prep. A quick dab of moisturizer in the morning might have worked when you were 25, but mature skin has different needs. It's thirstier, thinner, and it loses moisture faster. So if you apply foundation without giving your skin what it craves first, hydration, you'll end up with foundation that clings to dry patches and fine lines. Think of your skin like a sponge. A dry sponge can't absorb anything evenly, but a hydrated sponge, it takes in everything smoothly. That's what you want your skin to feel like before makeup. Start by applying a hydrating serum with ingredients like hyaluronic acid or peptides. Then layer a moisturizer that suits your skin type. Rich and creamy for dry skin, or lightweight and silky for normal to combination skin. Give it a few minutes to sink in. Finally, finish with a hydrating mist or essence spray to lock in that moisture. If your skin is extra dry, try adding one tiny drop of facial oil onto your cheeks or forehead before foundation. It'll give you that natural, healthy sheen, the kind that makes people say, wow, you look rested. The goal isn't to make your skin shiny, it's to make it alive. You want your skin to look so healthy that even before makeup, it already glows. That's the kind of prep that turns every product you use afterward into magic. Mistake 2. Using the wrong foundation shade or formula. Now, this one is a biggie, and it happens more often than you think. A foundation that's too light, too thick, or too matte can age you instantly. As we age, our skin tone naturally changes. We lose some of the warmth and pigment that once gave our face color, which is why sticking with the same foundation you used 10 years ago can make you look pale, flat, or even sickly under natural light. If you're in between two shades, always, and I mean always, choose the slightly darker one. That tiny hint of warmth adds life back into your complexion. It brings back that healthy tone that younger skin has naturally. And let's talk about texture. Heavy, matte, or powder-based foundations are not your friends anymore. They tend to settle into lines and emphasize texture. Instead, go for hydrating, light-reflecting formulas that even out your skin without hiding it. Words like glow, dewy, or serum foundation on the bottle are your best clues. Here's a great trick from professional makeup artists. Mix a drop of moisturizer or an illuminating primer right into your foundation. It thins the product slightly, gives it a luminous finish, and helps it blend into your skin instead of sitting on top of it. And when you apply, use your fingertips or a damp sponge, not a stiff brush. The warmth of your hands helps the product melt into your skin naturally, like it's part of you, not something covering you. The goal isn't full coverage, it's believable coverage. You want your foundation to make people think she has great skin, not she has great makeup. Mistake 3. Overlooking your brows, or making them too harsh. Brows are like the picture frame for your face. They hold everything together, your eyes, your expressions, your overall look. But as we age, brows tend to thin out or fade, and many women simply stop paying attention to them. On the flip side, others fill them in too much, ending up with a heavy or harsh look that draws attention for all the wrong reasons. Here's the truth. Soft structure is your best friend. You don't want your brows to disappear, but you also don't want them to dominate your face. If you're brunette, go 1 or 2 shades lighter than your natural hair color. If you're blonde or have gray hair, choose a shade just slightly darker. Use gentle hair-like strokes with a fine brow pencil or powder to mimic real hair instead of painting a solid block. And please, blend. A quick brush through with a spoolie makes all the difference. It softens the edges and makes everything look natural. If your brows are sparse, a tinted brow gel can do wonders. It adds color, holds the shape, and keeps things light. Remember, a softer brow lifts your face and opens your expression. Harsh brows, on the other hand, pull everything down, and that's the opposite of what we want. The goal isn't perfect symmetry, it's balance and warmth. Brows that look effortless, not engineered. Mistake 4. Using harsh black eyeliner, especially on the lower lash line. I know, black eyeliner has been a makeup staple for decades. For many of us, it was part of our signature look. But here's the thing. What looked bold and sexy at 30 can look heavy and harsh at 60. Jet black eyeliner has a way of closing off the eyes, especially when placed along the lower lash line. It can make eyes appear smaller, more tired, and even emphasize dark circles. Instead, go for softer, more forgiving shades. Try rich browns, taupes, grays, or warm bronze tones. These colors still define your eyes, but without that harsh contrast against mature skin. If you feel like you must define your lower lash line, skip the pencil altogether and use a small, angled brush dipped in a brown eyeshadow. Tap gently along the outer third of your lash line, just enough to give soft definition. And here's a simple but powerful pro tip. Focus your eyeliner on the upper lash line, especially toward the outer corner, and lift it slightly upward. It gives an instant eye-lifting effect, subtle, elegant, and much more flattering than a heavy black line. If you want to experiment with color, try a navy or deep plum liner. These shades brighten the whites of your eyes and make them sparkle, without shouting for attention. Remember, at this stage of life, makeup should open your face, not weigh it down. A soft, smudged line is far more youthful than a razor-sharp one. Mistake 5. Forgetting to brighten the eyes with light. Now, this next one is one of my favorite fixes because it makes such a big difference in seconds. And most women over 50 never even think of it. As we age, the skin around our eyes becomes thinner and more shadowed. If you don't bring light back into that area, your eyes can look dull or closed off, no matter how perfectly you apply eyeliner or mascara. The easiest way to fix this? Use light strategically. Take a matte cream or pale ivory eyeshadow and apply it to the inner corners of your eyes, right near the tear duct, and gently sweep it upward under your brow bone. This tiny trick instantly opens your eyes, making you look awake, refreshed, and lifted. If you have hooded lids, which many of us do, this step is a total game changer. It creates the illusion of space and brightness, lifting that fold and giving your eyes a more youthful contour. Want to go a step further? Add a soft, luminous shade, like a warm champagne or rose gold, right in the center of your eyelid. That touch of light bounces beautifully and brings energy to your entire face. And don't worry, light doesn't have to mean sparkle. Avoid chunky shimmer or glitter. What you want is a gentle glow that mimics healthy, hydrated skin. When done right, this technique makes your eyes the star of your face, not your makeup. It's subtle, timeless, and powerful, especially for women who want to look vibrant without trying too hard. Mistake 6. Applying blush in the wrong place. Blush is one of the most beautiful tools we have to bring warmth and life back into our face. But where you put it and how makes all the difference. Many makeup tutorials today show younger influencers applying blush high up on the cheekbones, almost near the temples. And while that can look dramatic on camera, it often doesn't translate well on mature skin. For women over 50, that placement can pull the face downward, leaving a harsh, stripe-like finish. Instead, you want your blush to mimic where your face naturally flushes when you smile. Here's how to do it. Look in the mirror, give yourself a gentle smile, and find the roundest part of your cheek. That's your sweet spot. Start there with a soft cream blush or a finely milled powder blush, and then blend it gently upward toward your temples. Use tapping motions, not sweeping ones, because sweeping can lift off your foundation and make your skin look patchy. The idea is to melt the color into your skin so it looks like it belongs there. And let's talk color. Shades like soft rose, peach, coral, and warm plum tend to bring the healthiest glow. Stay away from overly bright pinks or cool mauves, which can look artificial or emphasize redness. A little blush in the right place can take 10 years off your face, not because it hides anything, but because it brings that natural, joyful color back to your skin. Mistake 7. Overpowdering or using the wrong type of powder. Powder used to be every woman's finishing touch. We'd swirl it all over the face to set our makeup and keep shine at bay. But here's the thing. As we age, our skin loses natural oils, and what we often think is shine is actually healthy glow. By covering it up with too much powder, we accidentally dull the very radiance that makes our skin look alive. So let's rethink powder. If your skin is dry to normal, you probably don't need much at all. Instead of dusting your whole face, just use a pressed finishing powder on the areas where you actually need control, like the T-zone, around the nose, and maybe a touch under the eyes. For oily skin, loose powder can still work, but apply it with a velvet puff, not a big fluffy brush. Press the puff gently into the skin, don't sweep it. This method keeps your foundation intact and prevents that chalky, powdery buildup that exaggerates texture and fine lines. Avoid powder foundations unless you really need extra coverage. They tend to layer heavily and can make skin look dry or flat. Remember, at this stage, you want to softly control shine, not erase it. A bit of glow on the cheeks or forehead is not your enemy. It's what makes you look fresh, healthy, and youthful. If you're still using the same loose powder you've had for years, this might be the perfect time to update to a modern formula with microfine particles that blur imperfections without mattifying your glow. Mistake 8. Using too much concealer or the wrong shade. This one might surprise you, but overdoing concealer is one of the fastest ways to add years to your appearance. So many women believe the answer to dark circles is more concealer. Thicker layers, brighter shades. But the truth is, that strategy almost always backfires. Thick concealer settles into lines and emphasizes texture under the eyes, especially if it's too light. It creates contrast rather than brightness, drawing attention exactly where you don't want it. Here's a better way. Choose a hydrating, lightweight concealer that's just half a shade lighter than your foundation. That's enough to brighten without creating a mask. Apply only where it's needed. The inner corner of your eyes where the shadows are darkest, and a small dab on the outer corner to lift. Then use your fingertip or a damp makeup sponge to tap it in gently. The warmth of your skin will help it blend seamlessly. If you still see creases, don't panic. Just use a clean brush or sponge to lightly smooth them out before setting with a touch of powder, and I do mean a touch. And here's a pro secret. Sometimes it's not that you need more concealer. It's that you need more hydration. A drop of eye cream under your concealer can make all the difference in how smooth and radiant your under eye area looks. The goal isn't to erase every shadow, it's to soften and lift so your eyes look awake and bright without looking painted on. Mistake 9. Ignoring lip texture and choosing the wrong lip color. Now let's talk about lips, because they tell your story before you even say a word. One of the most common mistakes women over 50 make is reaching for matte lipsticks that promise long wear, but end up exaggerating dryness, fine lines, and shrinking the lips' natural fullness. Here's the truth. Matte formulas can be beautiful, but only on lips that are plump and hydrated. On mature lips, they tend to flatten dimension and draw attention to texture. Instead, go for creamy or glossy lipsticks, or even better, one of the new lipstick gloss hybrids that combine color, comfort, and moisture. The soft sheen of a glossy finish reflects light, instantly making your lips look fuller and more youthful. Before applying color, take a few seconds to prep. Gently buff your lips with a damp washcloth or soft toothbrush to remove dryness, then add a thin layer of balm and let it absorb. This one step alone makes every lipstick you own look 10 times better. Now, when it comes to color, the rule of darker shades being sophisticated doesn't always work as we age. Deep browns, wines, and harsh reds can overpower your features and drain warmth from your skin. Instead, choose tones that bring life back. Soft rose, peachy pink, warm nude, or even a gentle berry shade for evening. Here's a timeless trick from Bobbi Brown herself. Apply lipstick on a bare face. If that shade instantly makes your face look alive, even without foundation or blush, that's your perfect everyday color. If it washes you out or screams too loud, it's not serving you. And don't skip lip liner, but think of it as a guide, not a border. Pick a liner close to your lip color, fill in slightly, and blend. It prevents feathering, defines the shape, and helps your lipstick last without looking drawn on. A touch of gloss at the center of your lower lip adds fullness and catches light. A small detail that makes a world of difference. Remember, lips aren't about perfection. They're about warmth, health, and confidence. Mistake number 10, forgetting the power of lighting, tools, and mindset. This final mistake isn't about what's in your makeup bag, it's about how you use it and the mindset you bring to it. Many women unknowingly apply makeup in poor lighting, a dim bathroom, a warm yellow bulb, or worse, a mirror that distorts color. And then they step outside into daylight, only to realize everything looks heavier than it did indoors. The solution is simple but powerful. Do your makeup in natural light whenever possible, or use a daylight-balanced mirror. It shows you the truth, and that truth helps you apply less, blend better, and look fresher. Equally important are your tools. Makeup brushes and sponges hold on to old product, oil, and bacteria, which can affect both how your makeup looks and how your skin feels. Wash them regularly, at least once a week, using a gentle cleanser or baby shampoo. You'll be amazed at how much smoother your foundation applies when your tools are clean. But here's the heart of this entire conversation. Your mindset matters most. Makeup at 50, 60, or beyond is not about hiding the years you've lived. It's about honoring them, enhancing what you already have, and celebrating how far you've come. Each line on your face tells a story of laughter, courage, and love. And your makeup should never erase that. It should highlight the joy behind it. When you apply your blush or your lipstick with that mindset, your energy changes. You don't just look younger, you look alive. Final reflection: modernize, don't minimize. If your makeup routine hasn't been making you feel confident lately, maybe it's not your age. Maybe it's just time for an update. The techniques that worked years ago don't have to be abandoned. They just need to evolve. Today's beauty world offers lightweight, skin-loving formulas designed for women exactly like you. Cream blushes, radiant concealers, hydrating lipsticks, tinted serums. They move with your skin, not against it. These modern products let your real texture breathe while still giving you that polished, glowing finish. So instead of minimizing your routine, modernize it. Instead of hiding your features, highlight them, because true elegance doesn't come from perfection. It comes from presence. When you take a few quiet minutes in the morning to prep your skin, add color to your cheeks, and smooth on your favorite lipstick, you're not just putting on makeup. You're setting the tone for your day. You're saying to the world, I'm still here. I still care about me. And that simple act of self-respect is what makes a woman truly radiant. Thank you for spending this time with me here on Golden Grace, where we celebrate timeless beauty and confidence at every age. If this video helped you rediscover your glow, give it a like, share it with a friend who deserves to feel beautiful, and don't forget to subscribe for more graceful fashion and beauty wisdom, created especially for women who know that style, like grace, only deepens with time.